Um, Back from like 2013 to 2016 when I was just posting my honey jars and my bell recyclers would just like straight like never smoked one online because I was too scared to smoke it online. As soon as I started smoking my pieces and showing how they actually function, that's when people paid attention to my work. Not everyone smokes, so that can be a challenge for some people that maybe don't smoke if you make glass. But for me, because I'm more focused on performance, it's all about the smoking and the experience of the person using the piece. Maybe people that don't smoke are probably maybe more focused on sculptural work because they don't like have to smoke it. That's the art behind it, is like how beautiful the sculpture is. Whereas me, like my focus has to be how controlled the water is, how it's controlled chaos inside this shaped vessel. It's like you're creating this object and be like, it's going to have chaos and explosion of water and energy inside of this, but nothing's going to leave this except for, the smoke or whatever medicine you're trying to put through it. I don't know. There's me again, over romanticizing pipes, but what can you do? What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 40 of the podcast. Hope you guys are doing good today. I bet you can't guess what I'm smoking. I'll give you a second. It's wedding cake, because that's all I've been smoking this year. I don't understand why, but every time I go to the dispensary, the wedding cake looks so damn good, I just can't help but get it. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We ourselves had pretty laid-back Thanksgiving, just the standard. The turkey, the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, some cranberry sauce out of a can. The usual. It was nice. We had one of our employees come over for Thanksgiving, Keymaster Glass. He doesn't have any family here, nor do we, so had a little, kind of like a Friendsgiving kind of thing, but it was small and chill. But I do love Thanksgiving. I just love, maybe not Thanksgiving, but I love just like this time of year when we're cooking, like the house smells like turkey or it smells like ham, or I don't know. It just reminds me of being a kid, the nostalgia of the holidays and stuff like that. So it's nice. It's always nice to have those feelings this time of year because when the sun is setting at 3:30, 4 o'clock, the motivation is sapped. It's tough. That's why I wonder sometimes if these holidays were planned around this time of year just to keep people distracted through these months where it's tough, when it's cold and darker sooner. Maybe a lot of these holidays were just a way to keep people positive to get through those winter months. So coming up, we have Sunday sales every Sunday. We are working on bigger drops. The clear glass is going to be going out soon. We've been working really hard on doing lots of tests on blank pieces of clear tubing with our new sandblasting and engraving that we're going to be doing on the new clear ones to make them look super official. So we're hoping the second week of December we'll be doing that. Hey guys. Hey Bane and Luna. There's no one here. During the second week of December, we're hoping to drop some clear pieces and do at least like 30 or so clear pieces for people. And I know that's not a very big clear drop, but what I want to talk about with the drops, and like you guys have seen me do huge drops in the past of like 60, 70, 80, 90 pieces. Those drops take me over a month, sometimes 2 months to make. So right now you're seeing drops every Sunday of maybe only 10, 15 pieces. However, if I were to do a bigger drop like everyone wants, I'd only be doing a drop once every like 6 weeks. So I've been trying to do it a little more consistent. That way it's not just like all at once and then it's just craziness. But I think what we're going to do in January and the beginning of the new year is maybe do a Sunday sale bi-weekly. That way it gives us time to build up a little bit more product and glass and stuff. But this weekend, we'll have some fun things. We're going to have some 14 mils and couple little mini crushed opal things. Got some cool colors I'm excited to share and work on. This week has just been nuts, though. I've been blowing glass all week, but it's been like we gutted our basement this week and stuff. So because I've been doing that in the morning and then working at night, it's just, even though I'm still working 8 hours a day on the torch, I feel like I'm not working enough on the torch because I'm so used to being out here for 12 to 16 hours Then when half the day is spent either gutting the basement or we just been getting our house ready because we're going to have some family come stay with us and help us work and get the basement redone so they can stay down there. And, just life stuff. It catches up with you. Sometimes it's hard. With glass blowing especially, you need to get into a flow state where you're basically, I tell my wife, it takes me at least a half hour to an hour to even get into the flow state where I'm actually going to make glass. It's weird. It's like you can come out here and work and start making stuff, and you work for an hour, but you still just kind of feel out of it, and then all of a sudden it clicks. At least this is my experience. And then you just go into that flow state where you're just making stuff. It feels right. You're just not paying attention to the time. You're not looking at your phone, because that's one of my biggest issues is I look at my phone way too much. Even though I don't respond to anyone's text messages, which that's one of my worst things I do ever, but I can't help it. I could help it. I'm working on it. But I look at my phone way too much. So when you get in that flow state, it's it's just a great feeling. You feel like you're in this separate dimension where there's no phone, there's no one yelling at you or asking you for anything. You're just creating. You're just manifesting things. Man, you guys are Fade and Luda. Well, I don't know what my dogs are doing today, but that's pretty cool. They must think there's someone here. But that's okay. There's no one here. Today we're going to be smoking on a few different pieces. Right here is my personal serum mini double diffused. It's kind of like that half shift right now. It's half pink, half yellow. I'm not sure what it looks like in the camera. It might be all pink in the camera, but these CFL lights, or these lights we have on, are kind of giving it a half shift, which is really cool. And then these two pieces over here are actually both owned by the same owner. Awesome collector, and that she asked me, she's like, hey, can you use my red triple double on the podcast? And then this one, she got this one from a Sunday sale a few weeks ago, and I wanted to ship it out, but she was like, hey, use it on the podcast, use that one too. So I'm grateful for her that I get to smoke these pieces and use them. This one is such a shredder. I mean, they both are, but this one has such an aggressive mini, the bottom drain, because all drains are a little different. I mean, they all make a great vortex or whatever, but it's just some are more aggressive than others. As far as when I say aggressive, you can see how hard the fucking shit's wiggling, like the little tornado and stuff. But we'll look at that in a little bit and take some dabs on that and stuff. I'm just trying to get my first smoke in for the day, guys, because this morning, woke up 6:30, get the baby ready for school, drop her off. Then I went with my personal trainer at 8 a.m. And then I get back home by about 9:30, and then we film the podcast at 10. So I haven't really smoked, or I haven't smoked at all except for right when I lit this up at the beginning of the podcast. So I'm just trying to get in my flow state right now for the podcast, trying to smoke, trying to chill, and just get that good early stony feeling. Also, too, bmsglass.com, I was supposed to do this in the beginning because we got to do this stuff. We have new mood mats up there. Make sure you guys check those out. We're actually working on it. We've been working on a new website for months. My wife's actually on the phone or on a FaceTime call right now with our web developer that's been building our new website that no one has seen yet. bmsglass.com right now is the original website, but hopefully here by the beginning of January, we can drop this new website that's going to be even more customer friendly, fun, and a better way to stay connected with people. And actually the drops to be more consistent and people get excited, even more excited about them, because we'll be able to just connect and post. And I feel give people, because here's one of the issues with my business or my work is that I'm promoting a lot and I'm getting a lot of people looking at stuff, but I don't have anything available, which is weird, because if you're a new person to my work, maybe you see it and you go to my page, all right, cool. And you go to my website, there's no glass on there. You DM me, I don't get back to you. And then you have to email me for any questions. That's a problem. It's what works for us right now, but I know that long term that all needs to be changed, because if you're not accessible, if it's hard to find you, hard to find your work, people just move on to something else. Humans are a creature of, we like the path of least resistance. Whatever way is the easier way, we'll usually take that inherently. Even if in our mind we have a lot of pride and we're I want to do the hard way, I can handle it. At the end of the day, most humans are going to take the path of least resistance, even the people with a thick head. So, Luna, enough, sweetie. My goodness, my dog's being so bad today. So with our new website and stuff, we're trying to build our business so that there's the path is even more wide open. There's more broadband. You guys can get and find things quicker. You can find out about drops, how the drops work. I don't want people to have to like know me and follow me every single day and keep up with me to know what the fuck is going on. I would like it to be just more chill, where like if you're even a weekend smoker, you can be like, I'm gonna go check out Bear Mountain Studios website and just see like if there's anything coming up, anything I'm interested in, whatever. Because the Instagram, I post so much and there's no real format to my Instagram that it's just like a mess. That's why we need to work on our website. So for new customers, for new people, for professional businesses that are trying to work with us, that maybe want to go to our website, learn more about our brand and see if we're someone that they want to work with, these are all things we need to work on. So we've been putting a lot of time and energy into this new website, and I'm really excited to launch it. Because I think it's going to be one of those things that right away it's not going to make any change for us. But I think over a 2 or 3 year period of having a little bit more legitimate website with better information, better ways to connect with people, I feel like over a few years, that's when the true investment will start returning. So, yeah, I mean, that's like anything with a small business though. You know, you make these investments. There's almost no quick return. You're not going to spend 10 grand and then immediately double it or make it back. I mean, some things you can, but if you're really building your own business from the start, from the ground up, it's just, you know, it's a lot of just spending money and being like, hey, this might pay back someday, it might not, but we got to keep moving. You cannot wait for your investments to return. You have to just keep moving and hope. And if they do come, awesome. And that's kind of how like I live, is like, I just build things. I don't rely on anything. I'm like, I'll put money here and I'll save more money and put it here. And like, I'm not relying on any of that money though, because the money I'm relying on, the money I'm going to make that week or that month. So that way I'm always like paying my bills and relying on and focusing on like one task. But if an investment I made or something I did eventually pays back in the future and I wasn't expecting it, well, that's the best, because then you're still paying your bills and all of a sudden an extra chunk of money comes in that maybe you can redo your kitchen or, you know, fix your car that's been sitting in the driveway for 2 months, you know, whatever the situation is. But yeah, I don't even really know how we got there. I should probably smoke some more of my joint. I'm getting like really all over the place again. And we haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks. Guys, we took Thanksgiving off. And it feels really good to be back, chilling with you guys, smoking. And I kind of just went off right from the beginning here. So if you guys, you know, you want to like pack your joints, roll your joints, get a dab in, whatever you got to do. But we're still here chilling. All right. Also this week, I've been just working on so many accessories because I had literally like 100 accessories that I had to get done for like all these random things that have been sitting around for months. Really bad habit of mine. Fully caught up now for the first time in 7 years or since I started blowing glass. I think I talked about it a little bit last episode, or maybe I talked about it on my Twitch the other night. If you guys aren't jumping on our Twitch, twitch.com/TV, Bear Mountain Studios, whatever the fuck it is. It's Bear Mountain Studios on Twitch though. We do some deep talks late at night on Twitch at midnight. I get super baked and I'll be blowing glass and I'll get off the torch for a minute. I'll sit at this table and I'll just go off and rant about stuff. But my point about Twitch and what I was just going to say, I honestly can't even remember. But I was talking about something the other night. Let's not be that fucking important, and I'm already getting stoned, so let's take a dab. I'm going to take my first dab on my little serum mini double diffused here, and then we'll get into these awesome pieces that a collector of mine scooped. Start with some solventless today, and then we'll finish the episode on some BHO. I got a bunch of different flavors today. I got a little bit of Purple Z right here. We've smoked this last couple episodes, but I had a lot of that, so I have a little bit left of this. I'm going to start with some solventless. But then we have some Chem 4 and some GMO from Viola that we're going to probably smoke through these guys here later on. That BHO just gets me more fucked up, I swear. And it's not because it's stronger than the rosin. It's because I smoked so much rosin lately that like my tolerance is for rosin. And then you smoke a different type of hash, you smoke some BHO and it hits you a totally different way. That's one thing I'd say to people that, maybe you build up a little tolerance or you're not getting the benefits that you used to get out of cannabis. Maybe like there was a time where I could smoke a joint, smoke bongs and not get stoned anymore. I'm like, man, weed just doesn't work for me. I have to smoke concentrates. And then all of a sudden concentrates, I got really used to them. I'm like, how do I, what I say is switch it up. A little bit of everything, a little bit of moderation. I always talk about moderation on here while I take all these dabs and smoke a whole fucking 2-gram joint to myself. But what can you do? But when you kind of switch it up from different concentrates to flower, I feel like you're still able to get that high school high, when you were younger and you smoke and you're like, whoa, I'm so stoned. I have the munchies, like that good feeling. For anyone that's you know, a younger stoner, maybe only been a stoner for a couple years, I promise you, you grow out of the munchies. That is a temporary thing. If you smoke enough, that is. If you're only a weekend smoker, if you just smoke on like Saturday or Friday night after work, then you're going to get the munchies your whole life. But if you wake up every day and by 8 a.m. you've already smoked a gram, and then by midnight, who knows how much you've smoked, then you don't get the munchies anymore for your health. All right, so I'm going to warm this up. I got some new nails on the way I'm super excited about because I've been beating them up. We beat the fuck out of nails here. Evan Shore sent us some new nails. He's also sending me some nails for a giveaway. Talked about this a little bit last episode, I believe, or maybe I talked about it on Twitch. Like I said, I don't even know. It's been 2 weeks, and I'm on Twitch every night talking about shit just like this podcast. I do an hour of Twitch almost every night or longer. Sometimes we do a 3-hour Twitch stream. Like, I do long-ass Twitch streams where we're just ranting, blowing glass, smoking, blowing glass, ranting, just back and forth. But, man, I keep doing this, guys. I keep bringing up my Twitch thing, and I forget my train of thought. It's okay, though. I mean, does anyone really listen to me? I'm sure most people just skip through until they get to the part where we're looking at glass and talking about glass. So I'll just keep losing my train of thought, and that's A-okay. Oh, no, is this dead? Oh, we still got 2 bars. We're good for this episode. I do got to replace the tip on this thing. Oh, yeah, we were talking about giveaways. Evan Shore, he's sending me some nails. We're going to do some giveaways with him with a nail, like a whole set. It'll come with the RBR, the nail, like a spinner cap, like a whole thing. And then also, too, right now, Weed Maps just started their 12 days of Christmas giveaways, which they have 5 micro RBRs for me that are full colored with the opal cab on the side. It's one of my nice, like, $600-$700 micros. They have 5 of those that they're giving away over the next, like, 12 days, I'm assuming, because it's 12 days of Christmas giveaway. So make sure you guys go check out Weed Maps. By the time this episode comes out, they probably will have posted up at least the first RBR giveaway. But right now, I think that they've only posted up like a couple other things because they're giving away tons of stuff. Like, they're doing this big giveaway thing with like multiple companies. I think there's 12 different companies that they're doing like these giveaways with. I'm just one of them. And they like wanted to support small businesses. Like, they reached out to us and they paid for everything. I didn't give them this glass for free. They paid for everything. Which was like really cool to have a bigger company want to reach out and like support small businesses. You wouldn't believe how many people reach out just for something for free, which is totally cool. That's fine. You got to shoot your shot. I'll tell you what right now, guys, if any of you are small glass blowers, or maybe you're like do something else, like maybe you just started your own business or whatever, having someone like shout you out or have your product isn't a claim to fame or an instant to success. Rarely having a famous person having one of your things does anything for you besides they got it, you know, like their followers aren't like, it's like hard to explain. Like, I feel like a lot of followers that follow people just because they post up something doesn't mean they're going to go like follow that page and want to be all about that. You know, they follow that person that owns that piece of glass. So I would always say just like do your own grind and don't put too much faith in like giving stuff away to free for people and expecting that to bring some sort of success. Do it because you enjoy giving stuff away. And the only reason I bring that up is because we've had a lot of people reach out for free glass, and we've had a lot of people reach out that pay full price for it, which Weed Maps did, which was really, really cool. I'm excited to work with them. All right. I missed it a little bit. We need a little more heat. You know me, guys. I get a little chatty, especially when I haven't smoked yet in the morning, and then I just get right on the podcast. That's when it's, I'm chatty, but maybe it's not even anything important. I listen to a lot of podcasts, though, and half the stuff they talk about, like, it's just, like, whatever. But I just, like, enjoy the conversation. I enjoy, like, that. It's just different than fucking TV. It's, like, real. I guess it's, like, pretty as close as you'll get to, like, public access from back in, like, the early 2000s, late 90s and stuff like that. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but, like, people could, like, put stuff on TV on a specific channel. I think that's how it worked. I was still pretty young, too, when that was going on. All right, let's get into some of this Purple Z. One more check. I don't want a hot dab right away because then I'll have another excuse. Oh, that's not going to be hot. If anything, that's going to be cold. Yeah, that shit's not even melting. She's kind of melting. I want a little more heat, though. Boom. Turn this a little bit so y'all can see it. God. Oh, it hurts to cough. Oh, I'm so sore. Oh my gosh. That's the one thing. If you're active or a parent and you're carrying a baby all the time, or you work out or whatever you do, if you're fucking sore, when you start coughing, oh fuck, you feel it. I'm feeling that hash though. You ever take a dab? It literally, I don't know if it happens to you guys, but I feel like the blood or the energy shooting through my veins, and like feels like it goes into my fingertips. First dab of the day always hits me like that. It's intense. It's like a burst of energy. I'm not going to reflect that energy, but I feel it. Holy fuck. You know, I really shouldn't do the first dab of the day on camera because it usually takes me a minute just to figure out where I am and figure out what's going on. And that wasn't even that big of a dab. But these mini double diffuse are so smooth, but they deliver a serious hit. I mean, I call these mini, but realistically, if you guys put this pipe next to any popular like pipe artist nowadays, this would be like their bigger style piece. I make bigger glass. I put a lot of material in my work. I like bigger pieces. Not huge, you know, we're not like a bong, but when you compare it to most oil rigs, whenever I would go to like shows and go to gallery shows and look at other artists' work and stuff, like, man, that's way smaller than I thought it was, which is good. Small is great for the terps, but also big can be great for the terps too if you know how to build it for the terps. Not saying that I do, but I've tried a lot of different designs, and I think I found a good start. Anyways, I'm only 7 years into my career, but actually 8 years in April. You know, it's exciting. I'm like, man, where will my functional pieces be at year fucking 20? You know? It's exciting. I hope I don't lose that excitement as an artist and stuff, or even as a person, because maybe it's not always your art that makes you lose your inspiration. Sometimes it's just life. Things happen to you, you know? Trauma, stress, things happen, and it can affect that flow of creativity and positivity that you try to put into your artwork. So I hope I don't lose it someday. Right now, I feel very hopeful and excited, and I stay up late 7 days a week because I love what I do, and I get up early. I'm excited to get in my studio. I never am like, ugh, I got to go out and make this. Oh my God, the terps got me. If you, there's days I feel like that, but it's when I have to make like 60 bubble caps, but I still go do it. I'm still excited to get out here, but it's more like, okay, I got to do the same thing 60 times in a row. But like, I'm never actually like genuinely like unhappy that I have to go to work. Like, I've seen people like post, I hang out on a lot of, or I jump onto Facebook on that Torch Talk feed, which I like that. It's like a lot of beginner people, a lot of like veterans, and it's just like a cool mix of people. It's on Facebook. It's called Torch Talk. It's like basically like an all glass blowing like page or whatever. And I see a lot of people like talk on there about like how to like get that motivation again and that inspiration to get into the studio. That's a hard gig. If you've been getting shit on for years and you're not selling things, then that's where I think it can get even harder. I've been there before, but maybe my perspective is so skewed right now because I'm doing okay. You know, it's so like when I see people post about how do you find the motivation and stuff, it's like just keep doing your thing, man. Work hard, because it's like the motivation sometimes is just like luck. You know, it's like sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. I don't know. There's definitely some luck involved with success. It's not just working hard. Working hard is just like one very small part of it. The beginning of this podcast, at episode 1 to 10, probably somewhere in there, I talked a lot about working hard. But I don't think I talked enough about just like luck and stuff. Like, I'm lucky that I started in 2013. If I would have started in 2014, would I be here right now? You know, there's definitely some luck involved. And you can play what ifs all day. What if this happened? What if this happened? But my point is luck. And I'm lucky I started when I did. I'm lucky. I feel lucky that I never made it into a big glass blowing studio with a bunch of other glass blowers. because I don't think with my personality and the way I work that I would have gotten very far. I would have been probably more of a follower, or I would have just did what that guy told me to do. Because I was by myself, it gave me an opportunity to find leadership within myself and work hard and build something on my own. But there's definitely a lot of luck involved. And as far as the hard work, you're going to work hard no matter what. We all work hard. Everyone I know works hard. That's almost a moot point. When you're really going to work hard is once you find success. If you have people looking at you and noticing you, if you have people that love your work, if you have people that you inspire or motivate, that's when the hard work begins. Because then you have to maintain that and sustain it. If you have any pride, that is. I see, like, it's almost like you look at professional athletes, it's like, yeah, they all worked hard through high school and college and all these things. But the hard work began for LeBron James when he became noticed and everyone used him as a reference point, or they used him as a, just like a reference point is the best way. Is like once you're in the public people's eye like that, and like that's when his hard work really began. I'm sure if you talk to that dude, he's like, yeah, fucking, I have to work my ass off to maintain this fucking just all this stuff because so many people are paying attention to it. But back to us glassblowers, we're all gonna work hard. And then, like, as your business grows and if you find success, that's when the really hard work begins. It's like maintaining it and then trying to find a balance or find a way. Like, my biggest thing is I'm trying to find a way to make more product available in a way that I feel honorable about it. And I can't figure that out because the only option is to have other people making the product. And I'm just not there yet. I feel like I'm still just learning. I'm only at year like 7, almost year 8. Like, I feel like it's not like that yet, where I have other people making the product. I'm still trying to figure out the product. We're refining things to this day. Like, if you look at an RBR from a year ago, even look at an RBR from 6 months ago, it's going to look a little different. So I think my biggest thing with my company is patience is a virtue. I have to be patient. As much as I have big ambition and ideas and things I want to do, I have to make sure I maintain and sustain what I've already built and take care of the people in my life, number 1. Take care of myself, number 2. And then take care of my business. I say that out loud, but in my head, I'll tell you guys, I am so obsessed with Bear Mountain Studios and what I do. It is the greatest game I've ever played. I played World of Warcraft. That was a good game. I still do. I just started again recently. Got to do the new expansion, Shadowlands. I don't play video games, but Bane. He's really blowing it today. We were getting into a really good flow there. We were about to start getting into oh my God, the things we were going to talk about, the ideas that might have come out of my mouth, the pictures I would have painted. My goodness. I'm paying for this. I'm paying for these dogs to bark right now. You guys done? You guys are the best. I love you so much. Are you done, though? Okay. That's a good stank. Just sit down. Good guy. You smell like shit, though. Oh, fuck, Luna. Fuck. Fuck. All right. We're going to get back into this. Let's take another fucking dab. I was talking about playing video games. We'll try to find our way back on the path. We're lost in the woods right now. Holy shit, I'm almost knocking things over. Okay, we're all lost together as a team. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. I'll find our way back. The dogs are horrible. I tell my wife, if the world really ends and we're trying to hide behind garbage cans and make our way to somewhere safe, we are going to die because our dogs are going to get us killed. And we're going to take the dogs with us. We're going to take the overweight cat. We're going to take the cat that doesn't like anybody. We're going to take all the animals. And we're going to die because these fucking things, I love them so much and they cost me so much money, but I love them so much, but they're the worst. You're the worst, huh, Bane? But also the best. And my best friend. Okay, let's take a dab on one of these other pipes. Yeah, I see you. Stop. Holy shit, guys. I don't even know what we were even fucking talking about before. This happens in Twitch. Like, I'll talk about stuff in Twitch, and people will be like, oh, I agree with that, or this or that. I'm like, I don't even know what I said. And I'll tell them, like, I don't know what I said 20 seconds ago. I'm just talking. It's just falling out of my fucking mouth. I mean, what it is my brain is directly connected to my mouth, and as it falls out of my brain, it comes right out of my mouth into the mic. There's no thought or filter. It's just happening. I mean, there's thought, obviously, but there's no thought of what are people going to think. I'm just talking. And then we post it to the internet. And on Twitch, it's even better because then it's live. I have no choice. It's just there. It happened already. But it's a good way to keep you humble and honest and maybe recognize things that you're like, oh, I like that about myself, or I don't like that about myself, you know? Something about recording yourself and then seeing it and being like, what about that person annoys me? I've drank almost none of my coffee. Wow, that is sweet today. Too sweet. Got a new honey. Don't know how I feel about it. That's where we're at. All right. Well, we're going to smoke this crushed opal triple double. And okay, guys, also too, I'm a podcast listener myself. I listen to podcasts all day. I know that there's some of you right now that are really frustrated because you're like, damn, like we were in a good flow and like now we lost it. And then there's some of you that just don't even care. And I appreciate both of you guys and gals. But I'll try to get us back there or somewhere. Man, since World Star Hip Hop posted my that video, this is the one thing I was nervous about them posting it, was just opening the doors on our little closed secret community on my page. And when I say community, I mean my Instagram page specifically. They did it. It was like we opened the doors to just the world a little bit there, and I've just, oh my God, the DMs are horrible that I get now. It's crazy. There's some people out there that are just angry, I think. They're upset. They're having a bad day. Bane, I love you so much, buddy. What's going on, though? We're going to smoke some GMO, because that's what we need now. Something even stronger. We'll really lose our train of thought. It's fucking cold today in Colorado. Holy shit, I'm shivering right now a little bit. It got cold again, didn't it? Once we turned off that big heater, it got cold again. Fuck. Okay, it's okay. At least today, my hands are shaking and cold for a reason. There's been episodes where I'm like, is my circulation bad? Because my hands are cold and Ijah's fine. And I'm thick, so I shouldn't be cold. Whew. Wow. The adrenaline is pumping this morning. I'll tell you what. First dabs, first coffees. I don't film this time because usually I'm like, woo, and I'm all hyped up. And then I'm fucking on the torch and I'm raging. And then Ijah gets here at 10 and I've already cooled off a little bit. And then we smoke the second joint of the day. But I do like these sober episodes. Not that I'm sober now, but when I go into it, I am completely sober. Because I am 10 times more chatty. But yeah, lately I've been having some interesting people reach out to me and just be a little bit hateful. And I've just been trying to stop that anger train or that hate train, like by just like either deleting it, not responding, or if I do respond, it's just like, hope your day gets better. Because clearly if you're reaching out to someone you don't know to say something nasty, you must be having a bad day. So I hope it gets better. So that you stop doing things like that, because you shouldn't do it to everyone, because not everyone's going to be as understanding and tolerant. Some people will tear your head off. But that's the internet, though. A lot of normal-ass people will be real shitheads. And I'll tell you what, 99% of them, I bet if I sat down and smoked a joint with them, we'd have a great time and a great conversation. But the internet gives people a reason to be a dick. It's all right, though. Yeah, that bitch, it's a different way. I'm okay, bud. I'm okay right now. That BHO hits in a different way. Whoa. Super smooth and everything, but thick. Thick cloud of smoke. That was the temp, though, also. But you guys know what I mean. If you mostly smoke rosin, then you fucking take a good BHO dab, you're like, what the fuck? Chill, carb cap. Well, I definitely want another one on this piece. Let's clean this nail first, though. This is gold ruby and crushed opal with a galaxy and crushed opal neck. And galaxy is that sparkly stardust color, but it's black. So we have green stardust, blue stardust, and then we have galaxy, which is like the black stardust. Said it a bunch of times on here, but I like to reiterate it. I don't even know what that word means. I've heard some more people say it. Galaxy is a great color for crushed opal back, or for a back color for crushed opal, because it's black, which is the best color for crushed opal, but it has sparkles in it, so it kind of fills the negative space where you don't have opals with a little sparkle. It gives it like a depth. It almost makes it look like the really sparkly crushed opal parts are closer to you, and then the little sparkles on the galaxy are farther away. So it kind of gives a really cool effect on the tubing. Wow. That fucking BHO dab. This cold ass morning, the lack of sleep, I'm starting to feel like myself. Oh boy. I got comfy there for a little bit, I think. I was warm, going to bed early, just not really working out. Now I'm back to where I was. But the break was nice. The break was nice. I am excited to see my parents. They get here tomorrow. They're going to help us redo the basement. I'm excited to do a podcast with my dad again. I know there's a handful of you guys that really enjoyed the dad casts when my dad Joey Mann was on here. We talk about everything from history, obscure history, like conspiracy theories, drugs, psychedelics, the 60s. I try to keep him away from politics and religion, but he's an animal about some things. He just goes for it. But those podcasts are always interesting. And this next time I have my dad on, I have some topics to talk to him about that I don't know if he knows about, or if he does, I want to hear what he knows about him. Because there's some really interesting shit that I've been, like, mostly archaeology stuff. Me and my dad are super into history and archaeology. So that's most of the subjects I want to bring up to him, is just new finds or new discoveries in archaeology, because he reads all the archaeology magazines. I actually have all of them come to my house too, because he got me a subscription for like all these different magazines that he likes. They're like recent discoveries and shit like that. So I'm just excited to like talk to him about that stuff. And one of the coolest things about those podcasts for me is my daughter is going to have the wildest fucking shit, dude. She's going to be able to like watch her grandfather and her dad get high as a kite and talk about, be real, not fake shit like most people are with their kids or their grandchildren, like very transparent and real. And she's going to see how much of an idiot I was and how my dad's definitely smarter than me. And like, you know, but he dropped out too. We both dropped out in 10th grade. I think he's just older. I think by the time I'm in my 60s, I'll be smart. Maybe. We'll see. I smoke a lot of hash, so we'll see what happens. He didn't have access to that much hash. Even though he'll always say that he smoked more weed than me. No matter what. He like I do the math and I'm like, Dad, I don't know. Like I have access to it. He's like, no, he's always smoked more weed. But I think someday I will have smoked more weed than my dad. Life goals. But yeah, it's going to be cool that my kid, when she's an adult, she'll be able to watch these old videos of her dad and granddad talking and stuff, because who knows if we'll be around, you know? It's just, it's a cool thing. It's like a digital diary or a digital journal. I guess diaries aren't the cool thing to call them, right? No. I just shook his head. I don't give a fuck, though. I'm not cool. When did I say I was cool? I never have opened any podcast or Instagram post and been like, listen up, everybody. I'm cool as fuck. All right? So that's what's going on, first of all. No. I spell things wrong in every post. I have some sort of speech impediment, and I say words that I don't know how to use. And I just smoke weed on camera. That's what it is. You know? You like it or you don't. I'm not trying to say I'm cool. I'll say diary. I don't give a fuck. All right. So, whew. What an episode. This fucking piece. Everything is cold, Ijah. Everything is cold. You can move that heater closer to you too, bro, if you want. Okay, you're good? All right. Whoa. Okay. Let's take another BHO dab. We got some Chem 4 here. Let's try that out. Because I've only smoked one joint and taken a couple dabs. I'm usually, by the time I do the podcast, that's what's already happened. This right now is usually how I start the podcast. So essentially, when I do a normal episode, I'm already this stoned. But now we have lots of catching up to do. And it's really cold, so I feel like coughing is like cardio, and I'm trying to warm up. So we got to get some cardio and got to get coughing, you know? Man, this piece functions so well. I love the size of it. For me, like, when I'm appreciating my glass, I have to, like, almost appreciate it from a third person. I have to, like, separate myself that I made it, and I have to just, like, smoke it and judge it in that way and fall in love with each individual piece, or be like, okay, that one I need to adjust this, this, and this. Yeah, like I've posted a lot of dab videos recently. Like my Instagram, the last like 6 posts have been dab videos, which I'm like, I gotta chill. I gotta like post like pictures and more like content of me like talking to you guys. Like even though like the dab videos get crazy views, I don't know. I get nervous about getting shadow banned from Instagram, stuff like that. Holy fuck, I'm shivering. Oh my god. Okay. And also too, like, the reason I'm bringing up the whole dab video thing is I've had a lot of people comment is like, oh, like you use a piece before you send it out. And I don't use all the pieces before I send them out. That'd be impossible. And I only post maybe 15 to 20% of the glass I actually make. You guys don't see all the glass I make. If I posted everything I made, my page would just be so flooded. It would just be a mess. So I'd only post a little bit. And then like as far as dab videos, most of the pieces that I'm dabbing on is like a customer that's like someone that I know or requested for the piece to be on the podcast. So I'll post a dab video on Instagram too, since I'm already smoking on the podcast. And then these pieces get fully cleaned. And in most cases, they'll go in the kiln and get fired. So they go up to 1,000 degrees, which burns off any sort of anything on the piece. It comes out brand new. Now, on the other hand, 100% get that perspective though. Smoking a piece before you send it out, like some people like, I want to be the first person to smoke it. Like now it's a used piece, so I get that perspective. And I think that if those people understood my perspective, as far as like look at me like someone that builds like performance fucking like race cars, and when I build this new engine, I want to test it. I want to make sure it works. I want to see how it handles and performs in real day-to-day shit. I want to use it. Let's be real. The real thing is I want to smoke it because I fucking made it and it's super dope. If you see that I'm that excited that I want to smoke it, then you're like, you should get hyped up too. And it shows the true function. Because when you just put clean water in a piece and just pull on it with no nail in it on Instagram, that's not accurate function. I see other artists and people get mad at each other when like someone posts a video with a piece that's been smoked so it has like a bubble trail. I'm like, that's accurate function. Like accurate function is when the piece has smoke going through it, and if it doesn't have smoke going through it, it at least has to have some terps in the water to show true function. Because if you take a dab video with the piece you just bought, the function will look totally different than a clean water pull with a fucking nail, no nail in it. Like that's not accurate to your dab video you're going to post on Instagram. What's accurate to your dab video is show the piece after it's had a dab through it. Any piece I post on up on Instagram has had a dab through it because it shows the function way better. It shows true function. Like anyone that makes a recycler should be doing that to really show how their piece works. There's this really weird like it not so much anymore. This was more back in like 2018, I would say. But there used to be like a really weird vibe with people that would like post a function video of a piece if they've smoked it. Because people are like, is that clean water? And I'm like, no, there's terps in it. I've taken a dab through it. And then they like want to see clean water. I'm like, but that's not accurate. Clean water function's not accurate to what you're going to be posting on Instagram. That'd be like me showing you how a car functioned with like, I don't even know how to describe it. It just wouldn't be accurate to how it performed on an actual video. So like nowadays it's not a really big thing anymore because I think enough people make recyclers now that everyone gets it. They're like, okay, to show actual true function of the piece that I'm selling to someone, I need to show them how it actually functions. I need to put a dab through it and then show them like how it actually trails and spins water. Because with completely clean water, you can definitely see the tornadoes in these RBRs, but it's just like a big clear funnel. It's like you see the full tornado, but it's like just like this clear funnel. But as soon as you put a dab through it, you see like a double helix start with the bubble trail, and you see all that like function and performance. You see how aggressive the drain is by how hard it's wiggling at the bottom. There's all these different little fucking things that you'll never be able to see with just straight water. You got to take a dab through it, get some terps and some viscosity in that water so that it shows that fun. Like this one's had a couple dabs, so let's pull on it. Let's see here. Make sure I got that angle right. Shredding. Now that's accurate function. Like it's just not accurate. It's just completely like non-smoked water. Because who buys a rig and posts videos online and like it'd be like me being like, yeah, dude, I don't like smoke. I just like buy rigs and I just pull on them on Instagram. No one does that. People buy rigs, they put their favorite nail on there, and they slam dabs through it on Instagram. Bane, you're blowing it today, my guy. Get over here. My goodness. Smashing at the door. Being crazy. I'll tell you what. From 2013 to 2016, when I was posting videos that were just straight, what is wrong? You gotta take a shit? Fuck, dude. I think my dog has to take a shit. Ijah, you mind letting him out for a minute? Sweet. Back from like 2013 to 2016, when I was just posting my honey jars and my bell recyclers would just like straight, like never smoked one online because I was too scared to smoke it online. As soon as I started smoking my pieces and showing how they actually function, that's when people paid attention to my work. Not everyone smokes, so that can be a challenge for some people that maybe don't smoke if you make glass. But for me, because I'm more focused on performance, it's all about the smoking and the experience of the person using the piece. Maybe people that don't smoke are probably maybe more focused on sculptural work because they don't like have to smoke it. That's the art behind it, is like how beautiful the sculpture is. Whereas me, like my focus has to be how controlled the water is, how it's controlled chaos inside this shaped vessel. It's like you're creating this object and be like, it's going to have chaos and explosion of water and energy inside of this, but nothing's going to leave this except for, the smoke or whatever medicine you're trying to put through it. I don't know. There's me again, over romanticizing pipes, but what can you do? Okay, let's warm it up again because this one's fire, and then we'll smoke that mini double diffuse there, and we'll talk about that color, but it's because it's pretty interesting. Some of the colors we've been mixing here, wild. Wow, it is a chilly day. The tremble in my voice, if you do hear it, is not fear. It is environment. It's a cold environment. It's regional. We are trying to kill about a minute while we heat up this nail. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Lots of, we got some collabs coming up. I'll tell you what though, I've talked about how I don't want to do collabs. Don't want to do collabs right now. Because I'm trying to have less stress in my life for a little bit. I'm trying to really like reset myself. Because lately, everything's been stressing me out. I don't get it. It's weird. But what can you do? And the collabs stress me out. But there's a couple I have to do because it's like for friends and their shows and stuff. And it's like, it's what I want to do in my heart too. But then also like I'm trying to be like more selfish lately and be like, no, like you got to take care of yourself too, or like chill out, be less stressed, all these things. And I've been really good about it. Wow, what a year to pick to not be stressed, wasn't it? I really should have. 2019 would probably have been the better year to calm down, to get ready for this year. This was probably the worst year I could have been because that was my plan. I was like, honey, in 2020, we'll get the business more set and I'll like sleep more and we'll be less stressed. Life will be good. And then the world is just different than I expected it to be. But like I've said in other episodes, you can't have expectations. And I had some expectations. I was like, the world will still be functioning next year. And it kind of is. I can't complain. I could sit here and complain. That's basically what my podcast is. If you really break it down, it's mostly me trying to just complain for an hour, I feel like sometimes. But I appreciate all you guys that hang out with me. Just listen to me vent. And I don't think this is enough hash. I think I need to put a little more on there. Talk about life and stuff. Well, life's good right now. My kiddo's healthy. My wife is healthy and happy. So life is good. That's all that really matters. Just got to make sure your family. Wow. I'm so cold and I'm fighting the tremble in my voice that now I'm losing control over my speech. And that's my excuse for why I just said fammy. Let's see if this is hot enough because I think we've killed enough time and we have. Wonderful. See, it works out. And that might be a little warm. No, it's freezing out here. Maybe a hotter dab would be tastier and warmer. I don't know. Fuck Ijah. We need a mini split out here that's quiet. Maybe put it on the other wall so it doesn't fuck with the podcast. Okay. So, whoa. Ijah's in a cloud. Put him in a little smoke cloud over there. How's my coffee? Still kind of warm. And also kind of cold. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, we're going to take a break from this piece. And we're going to talk about this one because I think we got to be at like 40? 45 or something? 50? Alrighty, fuck. Chatty Cathy today, guys. Next couple episodes will be guest episodes. It won't be just me. We have Greg from Glass Chat coming up. He's interviewed something like 90 glassblowers on his podcast. He's coming into town and going to come by the studio and we're going to do an episode, and I'm really interested to hear his perspective after interviewing so many of us glassblowers, from people that are maybe in their first 3 years to people that have been doing it for 30 years. So it's like I'm excited to kind of hear his like third person point of view, because he's not a glassblower, but his perspective of the industry and like, you know, where we're at and like growth and all these things, because he also owns a store. So we're going to be talking to him. And then I think the episode after that, we're going to have to do a dad cast because he's going to be here and I'm so excited about it. And then I might have a glassblower or that grower coming on after that. But we'll see how it all goes because it's the holidays and everyone's schedule's weird. Holy fuck, the terps. They're getting me, the cold and the terps. The terp cold combo. TTC. What, no. TCC? Terp cold combo? There it is. Too many T's, not enough C's. We fixed it though. Okay, let's talk about this piece. Wonderful. So the colors are Loki Lipstick and Ghost, and they're faded together. And it makes a really unique color. It's almost like Serendipity, but more transparent with like very, very aggressive fades and strikes. I've always loved Serendipity, but I didn't love how it wasn't transparent. So some of the mixes we're doing now, we have other ones. These are all different variations of a mix that we're working on. And we're trying to basically have our own like transparent, ghosty Serendipity. Because I love that color, but it just doesn't show function. This one shows all the function. Wow, that little piece of glass is cold. The wind today is wild, Ijah. You hear it out there, bro? This is like Iceland. When I was getting married in Iceland, that shit was so windy. It was fucked. I would definitely go to Iceland again, but not to get like married or like climb a mountain in like a suit. Like my wife climbed the mountain in her fucking wedding dress. No. But I would definitely go there all like hooked up with Patagonia gear and exploring and resting. Because man, when we went there, it was like 5 days of hell. We just were driving all over the place trying to get the photos in all these epic places, and the cold and just being cold and wet. And like the next day when we would shoot again, her wedding dress would be all wet. My fucking suit would be wet still. We just put them on and go outside, and it's like so cold. Just standing on glaciers. It was I wouldn't trade the experience for the world though, you know. I'm just some high school dropout that grew up in Lafayette, New York. The fact that I even went to Iceland is a fucking miracle. The fact that I'm even paying my bills is a miracle. And I'm grateful. Wow, this is a cool piece. See, we got distracted again. We were talking about glass, and then here we are. Every episode is very similar, yet different. Okay, But yeah, this color is really, really beautiful. And we're like doing all the micros and mini double diffuse and everything with these side cabs now. The people voted. They like that way more than the back. And when I say the people, I mean my wife. She's like, that looks way better. Just do that. I'm like, okay. Because I was always worried about it blocking the perk. But you can see the perk on the other side. If you want to have that shot, you just put the camera on that side of the piece. You know? So you got two different angles that show kind of a different view. Wow, it's fucking cold. Okay. Almost done. Then we're going to fucking warm it up out here before Cormac gets here. Because Cormac is you know, he gets cold. Cormac gets cold easier than I get cold. And I'm cold right now. The thing is about me being cold too is when I'm really stoned and really sleep deprived, I feel like I'm more sensitive to the elements. I don't feel as thick and hardy. I feel really worn down and weak. Which, you know, it's kind of part of it when you work yourself that hard. That's why I always try to tell people, I'm like, yeah, I'll work really hard and crazy hours, but I'm not like, I'm, you know, fucking genetically better. I can handle it. No. If anything, I'm genetically worse. I'm just terrified. So I just work all night because I'm so scared that I'm just not going to fucking make it, figure it out. So the progression you see is out of, you know, love for it, but also there's like any entrepreneur, a young person building a company, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear. You're just, every day, I'm like, oh my God, this is the last day. Everyone's going to hate me tomorrow. It's weird. That could be just me, but I think it's most entrepreneurs or people that are doing something like that's vulnerable or artistic. Like when you're like make a living from it and people rely on you, you're like, oh no, this is a crazy career. But after seeing what's happened this year to everything, I'm like, every career is a crazy career. Nothing's guaranteed. So we all just got to do what we love to do and try to find a way to pay the bills while we're doing it. If anything, hopefully that's something that 2020 will show us is that, oh boy, we need to realize that nothing is foolproof or perfect. We need to just find what we love to do and just work hard at that. This is something we talked about the other night. I was telling everybody is like working hard and just finding something you love. Like maybe that's like as close as I'll get to like making a positive impact, because I always like worry that I'm like, man, I'm so obsessed with pipes and spinning water and shit like that like what if I was more focused on something that was like really beneficial? Like I've talked about this on here before, but like what if I was more focused on like medicine or something and like, you know, like the medical field or something, I don't know, that actually help people. What if I could be that obsessed about something like that, the change that could be made? I'm just over here making pipes. But that's who I am, and I can't really change that or force things. But at the same time, I feel like as long as like people are just doing what they love to do, that's making the world better. That's making the world more positive. As long as normal, you know, just people are able to work hard and do what they love to do, that's how things can get better. So I can't make a big impact really. I just fucking make pipes. But as long as like I'm trying to be a good person, I work hard and I raise a good kid, like that's how I make an impact. It starts at home. Man, but some people got tough home lives. We really should not be talking about this the last 5 minutes of the episode. This is intense. We'll get back to this shit. This pipe's dope though, right? It's dope. Let's spin some water. We can't get that heavy at the end. We can't. This year's been too heavy. Oh my God. It's so hot still. How? I want to be this now. It's still fucking 550 degrees. I'd usually have it like 480. But out here it's pretty cold. But the BHO has been melting crazy at 480. Let's see here. More GMO? Yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a good day. I know episode 40, another weird one, but here we are. I'm just sharing. Just fuck, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, but it's fun. I love doing it. And that's what I'm just going to do. I'm going to do the things I like to do. I like to make glass, I like to make content, I like to connect with people, and I like to be an introvert while I do all that. It's a weird place, but it's where I like to be. My light didn't go out this episode. I picked green today. I thought it looked nice. Didn't plan on wearing I didn't think about the green sweater. That's the problem with me, is like I find a color I like and then everything becomes green that day. Let's see what I make today. There's probably going to be some green in it. All right. Let's throw a dab in here. No, I don't think I waited too long. It's just BHO. It just melts differently. Did Bane go inside? Oh, I see. They were outside. The wife. That makes sense. What a little shredder. I see this. Whoa. Wow. Well, now. I am so sore. Oh, fuck. I've been doing too much the last week. And the work is just beginning. What can you do? I'm going to be fucking all beat up before the war even begins. Okay. When I say war, I mean war of putting up sheetrock and flooring in the basement. Not an actual war. I think we're okay right now. All right, everybody. Weird episode. Don't forget to check out bmsglass.com. Sunday sale coming up this weekend. Every Sunday, we have something on BMS Glass. It drops at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. You just click on there, go to the website, bmsglass.com. There's a tab that says Sunday sale. Click on that. We do a preview at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so you can kind of see what's on the website and figure out what piece you like so that at 11, you're fucking ready. The last 3 drops have sold out in under a minute, so you have to be super quick. There is, I think, a little, like, if you sign up for our newsletter on bmsglass.com, there's a newsletter on there, or there's a link in my bio at They Did It on Instagram. Sign up for the newsletter. My wife actually sends out a thing of how to have better chances of getting a piece. She like tells you how to put in your like payment info ahead of time and all these different things. So sign up for the newsletter. We'll keep you in the loop. You'll know about drops. You'll know about accessory drops that I promise we'll have some soon. Hopefully the second week of December, have some clear for everybody. Not everybody, probably only 30 of you. We're going to do 10 clear micro, 10 standard, 10 double diffused. In 2021, hopefully I can get a little bit more help over here at Bear Mountain Studios. We can find a balance and get back to our wholesale drops. But right now, things are a bit crazy. It's the holidays, and I do not have time to work 100 plus hours a week right now. I need to be a dad, father, and a good son and take care of the people in my life that are going through stuff. So, and who isn't? What a way to end an episode. There we go. We cannot stop going towards that weird shit. Whoa. Have a great day, everybody. This is the What's Up Everybody podcast, episode 40. Where's my joint? That's how we do it. We finish it like that. We did it. Holy fuck, that's weird. 2 weeks off? I don't know what's going on.